Welcome back to iHeart Crypto. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, go down, smash up that like button. Let's get right into it. So, as usual, we will start on Bitcoin on the weekly using our Heikin-Ashi candles. And, right now, things are just not really looking good on the weekly, in my opinion. Although, there are a couple positives that you can see here. Our stock RSI is bottoming out all the way down there. It's looking like it's starting to turn up a little bit, which is a positive sign. But of course, these stokes can just oscillate down here, before going anywhere. So that's just something to keep in mind. RSI getting a bit of a bounce, not too shabby. But if we zoom in here, all right, we just have a ton of reversal candles right here, which is just a bit confusing to me. Originally, we had this one right here. We were very excited about that. We thought we were going to get a push up there to about $52,000. And we had this one right here. But, then we got another one right here. We reversed to the downside. We had a huge rally up there, and now we're getting another reversal candle right here. So there's a lot of indecision in the market at the moment. And I don't really know where things are going to go. I really don't, but I don't pretend to know. But let's take a look at Bitcoin on the lower time frames. So, as I was talking about, we had this huge rally right here. It was massive. Little rounded top. And a huge drop down. And now we're just kind of consolidating in this region. I have some gray boxes here drawn out. I'm going to show you where I got those from. Alright. So, looking at it zoomed out a little bit, we just have a lot of confluence, a lot of support and resistance here in this area. Let me just try to get that VPR out of there, but you can see. So we had resistance here, okay? We had a ton of resistance here. We had support and resistance here. We have support here. We have support here, okay? And it looks like right now, which we actually just dropped below it. I'm going to zoom back in. We are actually below all of that right now, and we're struggling to get above that. So, that's just something to note. We could see some further downside. And if we break this trend line here at approximately $34,000, that is not going to be good for anybody. What is this? There we go. Yeah, because this trend line here, if we look at it on the daily, I have it drawn out, touching a few times, all right, and it touches right here, all right, where we had some resistance. We had here where we had some major support, touched 2 times, touches again, and what we know is that the more times we touch something, the likelier it is to break. So if we come back down, things could start to get very, very ugly very, very quickly. So where do we think it can go? I think that if it does break, we're going to end up hitting the $30,000 region, essentially. If it breaks, it's going to shoot down there fairly quickly. It's kind of logical now that I'm thinking about it for it to to have a bounce here, a little dead cat bounce, just because of all of this trading that went on over here. It's just this massive area for trading, and once that breaks, man, there isn't much in this area. I think that we're going to see a little bit of trading kind of flow in, but you could be seeing a $20,000 Bitcoin fairly soon, maybe before summer. That would be great. We want a cheap Bitcoin. We want cheap crypto. This is the bear market. This is where millionaires are made, or in the bear market, when you can buy cheap crypto and hodl over the next 2 or 3 years. These are the things that we're looking at. Other than that, there's not much else to talk about on the charts per se. Anything having a great day today? Nothing really going off over here. DOT is having a decent day. Render's having a good day. Yeah, I don't want to sound too boring, but yeah. And then of course on Lux Algo. All right, if we're zooming out on the daily. All right, one thing is that Lux on the daily had this extremely prevalent, if you will, sell signal. We had another strong one right there, and it led to that drop right there. We do not have a sell signal here yet on the daily, although my candles are turning red a little bit here. We may see another sell signal there on the daily, but let's take a look on the lower time frames and see what kind of, yeah. I mean, this is the 12-hour. These are pretty strong. These are pretty good, but look, this strong signal didn't really it wasn't that big of a deal. You know, here's a little bit of a sell. This was a good sell signal, but there you go on your 12-hour. You did get that signal there right before the dip. And let's just take a look at it on the lower time frames and see what we're seeing here. Let's see if we got we have a X here, meaning like that the sell signal came in, the end of the trade is over, but that X printed a few times. Let's see. Let's look on the 15-minute time frame. We should have had a buy signal. Yeah, we got a couple. Ooh, we got some strong buy signals coming in on the 15-minute. Although when you see them this close together, they cancel each other out. So that's just something to note. Let's take a look at it on the 30-minute. On the 30-minute, we are in an uptrend at the moment. We are in an uptrend. Although we do have this huge gray box of resistance that is from a while in the past. Could this be like a little bit of a dead cat bounce? It's possible. We are coming up on major resistance right here. And Lux Algo doesn't have anything for us on the lower time frames to really make us that bullish. So yeah, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. Oh, one more thing. We shorted Mirror Protocol and are currently up 83% in profit, almost doubling our money, which is huge. So Mirror Protocol, if you want to look at it real quick, let's see, here it is. It had a massive giant wick up. Let me see if I can bring that in. I mean, this thing from the bottom went up almost 80%. 80%. So I actually was on stream with Mr. Jordan Camerand, and what ended up happening was someone in the chat said, "Oh, Mirror Protocol is going off," and as soon as I looked at it, I said, "Oh my God, it's up 75%. I go, there's no way that this thing's gonna go much higher. So I actually got in at around 202 as a short, and it's coming right down to there. So what's going on with the short? Right now, it's on its way down. It's past the golden pocket right here, and there are some previous highs. Let's see. See, there's a previous high right here. You're gonna get some resistance there, or actually it could be support. I mean. And some support right there. So I do expect a bit of a bounce coming up soon on Mirror Protocol. Very soon. And you can see there's a little bit of trading right here. But once that breaks, man, you know, we could be coming back down here to $1.40. I don't know if it's going to come back down here to $1.13 though. I'm not really sure. If Bitcoin dumps, then it may. But I do think that if I had to take profit somewhere, I think that the take profit zone is going to be around 134. So I think that would be a logical take profit zone on my trade. Yeah, there's a lot going on at 134. Yeah, 134 seems like a logical spot to take profit, my opinion. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Anyway, so let's take a look at the overall crypto market. All right. You know, Bitcoin on the 30-day up 6%. That's not terrible. On the day, we do have some things in green. Avalanche up 12% on the 30-day. That's really good for Avalanche. Some of these other ones that have been holding really strong, like Avalanche, like Luna, like Cosmos, you can see that, you know, if we are in a bear market, then these things are the ones that are performing the best, and these are the ones that are going to have the runs come the next bull market. So, you know, one thing that I'm looking at here is like, okay, Luna is number 7. I think Luna can overtake XRP next, and I know that Avalanche is going to overtake Solana, and then I think Cosmos actually is a top 10 coin. You know, this is a good low cap guy, and then Phantom too. Let's see if Phantom is in here somewhere. Phantom is actually doing a lot better like 2 months ago, but it's another one I'm looking for that can really, you know, do very well. Actually not doing too bad. So yeah, that's the overall crypto market. Let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. We were sitting at a 51 the last time we talked. Oof, 22. Yeah, because it was a really bad day yesterday. But if we look at our heat map today, some things in green, some things in red. You know, a little bit of a mix. Mirror Protocol right there. Boom. Deep green. That's why we shorted that guy. which is pretty cool. Very excited about that. Looking at our crypto bubbles on the day, I actually don't see Mirror Protocol on here. Maybe because it only does the top 100. Yeah, it only does the top 100. But let's see if we can switch that real quick. Let's do the top 200. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, some crazy things going on here. Satima down 17% or so. Let's do the top 300. Let's see what's going on in getting, there it is, Mirror, 46% right now. Yeah, big time. What's the top 500? I never do this. Looking pretty cool, these things. I love these crypto bubbles. But yeah, that's basically the crypto bubbles. Oh, by the way, if you don't know already, this is the beginner guide to crypto assets. It can be found in the link in the description below. All right, it goes through all the fundamentals, all, like, you know, what is blockchain, what is Bitcoin, and why is it important? What are some of the aspects and the technology used in cryptocurrency and blockchain? And then it goes through, you know, just some key terms. I mean, these are terms we use every day: FUD, FOMO, dollar cost averaging. Got some links in here to, for example, the heat map and the crypto bubbles, some DeFi Llama, and explains what that does. Got a link to that too. I don't know. And then we got, you know, some technical analysis, how to use TradingView, some master classes that I've watched, and some other things in here. Some really cool stuff. Anyway, let's take a look at some of our top stories of the day. Fast food chain Shake Shack trials Bitcoin rewards for customers using Cash App. So Shake Shack is giving Bitcoin rewards to customers leveraging Cash App's debit card payment rail, Cash Card. Participants will get 15% on their purchases back in the form of Bitcoin. Essentially, customers need to leverage Block Cash's card and Cash Boost system in order to get their BTC reward. So looks like Shake Shack is getting into Bitcoin, which is pretty cool. So we have some of the stronger L1s here, like Terra, Avalanche, and then Osmosis, which is a decentralized exchange on Cosmos, lead the Layer 1 recovery while Bitcoin searches for support. Luna, AVAX, and Osmo have outperformed most altcoins, hinting that a DeFi revival could be in store. So, what do we have here? The Terra ecosystem growth. The price growth seen in Luna was large part due to the announcement from the Luna Foundation Guard that it had raised $1 billion to form Bitcoin reserve for the ecosystem Terra UST stablecoin. Terra also saw a launch of its second lock drop event, and the Mars protocol helped drive demand for the Luna token. The $1 billion in reserves for UST was also a boon for Anchor Protocol, ANC, the Terra-based platform that is the main avenue for minting UST through pledging Luna or Ether. Anchor also got added boost for its price after announcing that developers are in the process of integrating AVAX as a collateral option for creating UST. Osmosis, a decentralized exchange on the Cosmos ecosystem, is really going after that interoperable app chains. All right, and Osmos also got a boost from its price trading volume following the release of an interchain and superfluid staking on March 1st, which allows liquidity providers on the Osmos DEX to earn staking rewards for the assets that have provided liquidity for, making it the first time users can do both staking and LP at the same time. So, really cool stuff coming out of that. I'm not going to read this last story, but basically it was about cryptocurrencies so that won't help Russia evade the sanctions. Basically, Elizabeth Warren was just talking about how cryptocurrencies can be used to evade the sanctions put on Russia, but obviously that is not true because they serve, for example, the digital assets to serve as a tool of sanction evasion. They would have to allow U.S. persons to transact with sanctioned entities without incurring consequences or exposing their activity to law enforcement. And that's precisely what digital assets don't do. All right, digital assets are harder to exploit for illicit purposes at the scale than traditional ecosystems. The answer has to do with how transaction information is stored in a peer-to-peer digital asset transaction, specifically transparent blockchains, which create a permanent and immutable record of transactions. So, for example, the latest cryptocurrency hacks in history, the Bitfinex hack and the DAO hack, have been solved by analyzing on-chain data. So it just goes to show you that, the transparency and what do you, how do you say, the inability to tamper with a transaction on the blockchain because it's a distributed ledger and that you can see everything that's going on there, does not really allow for, it allows for illegal activity, but you can track it basically. And that is basically it. Still looks like Anchor's getting Mirror Protocol's getting a little bit of a pump here. Let's take a look real quick at our short going on. Looks like we're coming back up. We had like a little descending triangle here. Profits, I want to take profits, but it's just not time yet. I do think that, this thing could fall a little bit more. I really do. I mean, let's do a little bit of analysis on Anchor Protocol real quick before we get out of here. So, looking at Market Cipher B, we're all the way still up here in the momentum wave. And let's see. Yeah, the money flow went from green down to red, and we are back in the red. We are still coming down. I don't think there's any reason to get rid of this short at the moment. I really don't. I think that we are just going to be coming over here, kind of dip down, maybe oscillating here for a little bit. Let's see how long this takes. This has happened in the past before. If you go back, there are these little pumps here. This was a big one. Let's just, that was major. I don't really see, this one was kind of a big pump. And let's see how long that took to finally hit bottom again. That took 4 days. So it might be something that I'm going to be holding on to for a little bit. Here, this is more like it. See these little pumps here? Here's a great example. This is on the 4 hour, so this did not take that long. I don't know. We'll see. The only thing about Mirror Protocol that we're looking at, oh, there's a good one. That big pump right there. Again, this is on the 4 hour. Let's see how long this took after the pump. So the pump started here, ended about here, and it took about 3 days. So, that's just probably what's going to happen. This was another good one. This one was on April 21st, and it started to end on, this was on April 7th, and ended. So these Mirror Protocol little pump things, I guess they take about 3 to 4 days to kind of retrace back to what they want. So we'll see how this goes. We're praying. This is a big trade. I could see this coming back down to here at the very least at around, 157 to 160 probably. But if Bitcoin has a good dip, this thing could come right down here to about $1.26, and that would be ideal. I don't know if it's going to get to that, so we are planning on taking profit. We probably should take profit around there, but we'll see. We'll see how things are shaping up. At least we got to wait for the stocks to kind of hit zero again. They've been running a little bit high here, running high here. Let's wait for the Stokes to get down to there and see how we do. This thing could oscillate up though. Who knows? Nonetheless, that is the video for today. Everyone have a great day, and as Benjamin Cowan would say, bye.